Welcome to another episode of Fight the Burnout. Today, it is just me. We are not interviewing anybody, but what we're going to do is we're going over this season. So this will be our season finale for the first season of Fight the Burnout, where we've interviewed over a dozen people on what they do to overcome or counter burnout. And so I just wanted to, go over and briefly kind of talk about this and talk about the key things that I have picked up from this season, from the 17, 18 people we've interviewed so far this year. Now, on that, there's been a lot of really interesting stuff. And I picked up a lot of things. Some things I already knew, some things that are new. But what I've realized is that over these, episodes is that there's a real big similarity in what people do in order to come out of, or if they're starting to feel burnout, what they kind of do. Now, just to reiterate, burnout's different for everybody. Not everybody has the same thought process when it comes to burnout. Some people feel like they've never gone through it. And some, go, fuck, I've been to rock bottom, like myself, I can hand on heart say I've hit rock bottom. Now, I, have different stages of burnout still to this day, but I now have a thing that I compare it to, to that level. And burnout really is just when, for me at least, and from what I've got from a lot of people, it's when you feel like you just don't want to do anything. When you're really feeling down, tired, you want to sleep all day, you're not motivated, you're not driven, you don't have that passion anymore for what you used to, for the same things. When the things that used to light you up, you used to have passion for them, and it seems to have disappeared, or it's not quite there anymore. So that's kind of burnout for me, and what I've recognized from a lot of people that I've interviewed over the last 6 months. And it's quite interesting because when you really think about it, in my eyes, I think about burnout as we're getting to the next level. So, me feeling burned out now is at such a higher level than what, it would have been 6 months ago, even, or a year ago. The things that I do now, I would have never dreamed of 6 months or a year ago. So it's quite interesting to put that into perspective and think about it as in, what really is burnout? Is burnout just in the mind? Is burnout just getting us to the next level so that we actually, recognize that, oh my God, we need to actually strive a little bit more? Or is burnout where we're pushing too much? And, I actually think that it's probably a lot of these. And what I've realized over, the last 6 months talking with people from all walks of life, entrepreneurs, nurses, ex-cops, current cops, current EMTs, paramedics, fitness specialists, all sorts of different people, is that we get burned out when we don't take care of ourselves. And I recognize this all the time. Like even recently, the whole world with all the COVID and me being an ex-police officer, the stuff going on in the U.S. with the defunding of police and the horrible incident in, with George Floyd, and also here in New Zealand, a police officer being, his life being taken, and his partner being seriously injured, who I happen to actually know on a personal level. It all gets underneath us, even when we don't realize that it does. And the first thing that we normally stop doing is taking care of ourselves. It's the first thing that we overlook, is going and doing those things for us. And my big thing that I do for myself is I go for motorcycle rides. Normally I try and go for motorcycle rides with friends. But with the weather here recently, which we've had a great winter, to be honest, it's been actually very, very sunny, and actually our reservoir has taken a toll because of it. But in the last few weeks with, everything building up and, personal things going on, my wife getting made redundant and things like that with all the COVID stuff going on, it's all kind of come up on me. And I realized I haven't been taking care of myself, and I've been starting to feel a bit burned out, which is where, things just aren't working, and things just, don't fall into place like they normally would. And a lot of this can be because we're not taking care of ourselves. We're not actually looking after number one. And as I say to a lot of people, being selfish, man. Sometimes we have to be selfish in order to actually take a step forward, because we're so held up in the mud and the muck, and our feet are so stuck and they're dragging along that everything just doesn't fall into place. Have you been stuck in the mud before, where, you go for a walk, you got your gum boots on, or you got your hiking boots on, you step in and there's mud, just clay, nasty mud, and you get stuck in it. And you go to step forward and you actually fall over because your foot's stuck. Well, that's kind of what it's like when you don't take care of yourself. Now, this is something that, like I said, for myself, real important. I find when I take care of myself, I'm more productive. I get more stuff done. I get uh, things just flow to me. Content, clients, even working with people, relationship, all this kind of stuff. It just kind of flows. So what we kind of realize is that we need to take care of ourselves, number one and foremost. And this is what I've also realized from talking to so many people, is take that moment for yourself. Take a step back and really just go, okay, what do I need right now? I remember talking to Monique, the nurse that works in ED, and she reiterated real straightforward, which was, take your breaks. The world's not going to end if you take a 10-minute break. There's enough people out there that are looking after stuff that you can take a 10-minute break. That goes for everybody, I think. Is that, we need to take that 10-minute break. We need to take that lunch break and actually look after ourselves. Actually step back so we can take 10 steps forward and perform better. And I know 90% of the time I do this extremely well, but that other 10%, we're not perfect. There is nothing perfect in this world. But also the other thing that has come out of the last 6 months of interviewing people is, don't do the shit you don't like. You can always change your mindset to liking things. But if you truly in your soul don't like something, or don't like doing something that is part of your career, or if you're in a career that you really don't like, why are you doing it? I train a lot of people to join the police. This is what I've been doing the last 3 years, training people to join the police, building their fitness. Most of them come to me and they say they hate running. Really, they don't hate running. They're just not good at it, and they just don't like putting the effort into it because they're not good at it, because they're not seeing results quickly. That's different to, in a core, deep down inside of yourself, really disliking what you do. Like if you're an entrepreneur and you really, really don't like coaching, then don't coach. If it just does not bring enjoyment to you and has no benefits to what you do, you shouldn't be doing it. Same thing goes for creating content. Find a content creator. Give them ideas, give them who you kind of are, or get a script from them and find somebody else to do it. Offload the things that you aren't good at, that you need to, that isn't productive for you. And offloading things or getting rid of things or delegating things can make a huge difference and lift a lot of stuff off your shoulders, can also create a lot of time. Think about your return on investment. Is the things that you're doing in life a good return on your investment or your time personally. Because a lot of times if you're doing things that you don't enjoy doing, like I don't like cleaning the house. So we've got a cleaner. Now we've had to cut that cleaner back to once every 2 weeks instead of every week. And so we do clean the house every other week, but I don't like doing it. It drains me. It drains my wife. And so we don't do it because we can be more productive in that 2 hours, or we can spend some time together, or we can do stuff in that time that we're paying somebody else to clean the house. And it in turn fills our tank up, lifts us up, gets us more engaged, and we get more stuff done. So these are the things that, some of the things that I really picked up out of, it was a common thread in most of the interviews was don't do the things that you don't enjoy doing. Take time for yourself and make sure you are focused on the right things. The other thing is, I'm a huge why guy. If you've listened to any of these episodes, you know that I'm a huge why guy, why or purpose guy. And in fact, I'll be creating a new program here soon, the next few weeks, that is going to be focused on helping you find your purpose and perform at a higher level based around your purpose and filling yourself up and finding those things and creating a group and coaching around that. And what I've really realized is that when somebody concreted in wholly on why they want to do, why they're doing what they're doing, like with a real deep purpose, and they recognize it and they stay focused on it and they're constantly thinking about it, they're one, more successful, and two, they enjoy what they do for much longer. And the little shit that rattles around and in your head and things like that, they just it just disappears. And they don't really care. And they just stay focused. Whether it's hard, easy, tough, when they're drained, when they're filled up, they still want to keep driving towards it because their why is so powerful. So find your why is another thing. So why, fill yourself up and don't do the things that you hate at core level. Not because you're not good at them, but because they're just not something that excites you. Like my wife, sales, no. She just doesn't do it. In my eyes, I see it and I go, she's actually really good at sales. But she does not, you talk about sales with her and creating things, that's her gold there. That is her gold there, is creating things. So that's what she does. And relationships. She loves building relationships with stakeholders and people. And this is what she's good at. And this is what she does. This is why she's gotten to where she has. So find the things that you're good at and you love and do them more. Recharge yourself constantly, daily, weekly, monthly. Have that big recharge as well, that vacation, that holiday. Currently, obviously, we can't have any big holidays where we want to go to. But find those things. And delegate out. And find your why. Figure out your purpose, your deep, deep purpose on why you want to do what you do and why you do what you do. Mine, I want to help people and I want to make their lives a better place. And I don't want them to go through the same pains I did by getting burned out. This is why we started up Fight the Burnout. I don't want you to be burned out. I want you to learn the tools from other people so that you don't get burned out. So, just a nice quick episode, going over things. And again, remember, you never need to be in that state where you feel so drained or so burned that you don't even want to get out of bed, that you're depressed, that you have anxiety around things. Now, this next season will be a lot more of me talking about anxiety, depression, my PTSD that I, went through, how I got through it all, the burnout, the how to overcome it from the law enforcement perspective, what I've learned from being in law enforcement and also going through all the self-development courses and that I've done since to really train myself hard to come out of it because I believe that everybody needs it. Not everybody can afford it, but everybody should have the tools to be able to come out of this. And again, if you're looking for any kind of coaching, if you're looking for any kind of assistance with this, you really want to make some big breakthroughs, you just reach out to us at Knocking Demon. My best email is chris@knockingdemonfitness.co.nz. Or you can just leave a comment below. We're also on Instagram, Knocking Demon Coaching, and Facebook, Knocking Demon Coaching. Or you can just find me on Facebook, my normal name, Chris Chandler-Yates. Go find me, add me as a friend, reach out. But until next time, remember, go take care of yourself. I was using the analogy, I heard it first from Tony Robbins, but put the oxygen mask on yourself. Put it on you so you can then put it on somebody else, because if you don't put it on yourself, you're going to put it on them first, more likely both not going to make it. And in turn, if you try and put everything on everybody else, you're going to be drained, and you're not going to be bringing 100% to them, and you're going to feel like they're draining you. You're not lifting them up. So till next time, again, love you all. Thanks for listening. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment below. Let us know what you want to hear. Let us know some topics you want me to talk about this next season. And until we talk in person, until we see you in person, I hope you are having a great day, a great evening, great morning, wherever you are. And remember, train your mind to the highest standard. Because then when you get tested in times like 2020 with COVID and with everything that's going on in the world, or whether your business is doing well or, slowed down, if we train our mind to the highest level, then when we get tested, it's not as difficult. They don't look as hard. You don't get knocked back as much. And in turn, you progress 10 times faster. So till next time, love you all, and we'll talk soon. This is Fight the Burnout, Season 1. Done. We'll see you in Season 2.